How likely are you to do what someone says simply because you perceive them as an authority? Welcome back to the High Impact Flicks channel. Stay tuned. This one's going to be interesting.
I want to thank Noble Gold for sponsoring today's video. Most Americans don't own sound money. Sound money is defined by the Constitution as gold and silver. It's been accepted as sound money for over 5,000 years. And even though it's been artificially suppressed by the international banking cartel, it was the best performing investment class for 2022. In that year, the S&P was down 20%, the Dow was down 10%, and Bitcoin was down over 65%. Gold and silver outperformed them all. Open a gold or silver IRA with Noble Gold Investments this month and get this quarter-ounce American Gold Eagle for free with every qualified IRA of $50K or more. With thousands of five-star reviews, there's a lot of happy people who are glad they went with Noble Gold. Check them out with my link in the description and in the pinned comment. Now, back to today's video. What this woman says right here is way too powerful not to share, so listen to this.
I'm not 100% sure why I'm being asked to share this story, but I'm guessing it's because somebody needs to hear it. When I was 16, I went into what I thought was going to be a normal day at biology class. And when I walked in, all the desks were arranged in a circle in the middle of the room. And the instructor, who had always been a really amazing, loving, kind instructor, was super militant, super scary, and just looked at us and said, "Sit down, shut up. You are not allowed to move, to speak at all, and anyone who does will immediately fail my class." And we were all stunned. I get like, just thinking about it, because I was a straight A student and grades were really important to me, and I was just like terrified. So we're all sitting there silently, nervous out of our minds. And in the middle of this circle that we were all sitting in, there was one desk. And on this desk was a bowl with a goldfish in it. And he looked at us and he took the goldfish and he put it on the desk and he walked out and he shut the door. And we all just looked at each other. We're just like, what do we do? You know, like, obviously it violated like everything inside of me to like watch this fish die. And also I heard the instruction: if you speak, if you get up, if you move, you will automatically fail the class. And so we all sat there looking to each other to do something because we didn't want it to be us. And what was a very painful, it felt like an eternity. It was probably like 2.5 minutes later. Hannah B, got up and said, "Fuck this," and took the goldfish and put it back in the bowl. And when she did that, he came out and he looked at all of us and he said, "Look what the world has done to you. You've betrayed yourself. For what?" And I think about that lesson all the time, because I learned in that moment that I am never going to be that person ever again. That when I see something that is wrong, even if it's just me, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to do what's right. And I've done that over and over again in my life in very scary situations. But I'm sad for people who haven't learned that lesson, because there are so many things that are wrong that if you're too scared to make a difference, you won't make right.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the Milgram experiment. Remember the Milgram experiment? He uncovered this back in the 60s and 70s. He revealed that if an authority figure tells most people to do something, they'll just do it because they perceive that as an authority. That's just what we got to do. That's what we've been trained to do. No matter what. Hey, it's a guy with a lab coat. It's a guy with a police uniform. It's a person with a suit and tie that calls themselves a politician. It's a black robed judge of the Supreme Court. They are the authority. They told me to do something. So I can override my moral code. I can readjust my moral compass, and I can cement myself in cognitive dissonance and just obey. I can do wrong thinking the whole time that I'm doing right because the authority said that this is just what we got to do. Don't question it. Just be an order follower. And the crazy thing about the Milgram experiment is that over 65% of the participants, and just read about it. What it is basically you got 3 people involved in this. You have the person who's in the lab coat pretending that they're the authority. You got a person who's pretending to be a victim who gets wrong answers. And then you've got the person administering the test who thinks that he's the one that's being tested, and actually he is. But the guy who's given the test is instructed to give electric shocks, ever increasing electric shocks to the person behind the partition, who they believe is behind the partition, who they believe is being hooked up to electrodes, who believes that they're actually getting the shocks that the experimenter, the test giver, is actually delivering to them. And 65% of them will deliver a fatal shock of 450 volts every time continuously, just because an authority figure told them to do it, even though in their mind they start fidgeting. They're like, oh, they know it's wrong. You can tell by the way they behave and their reactions and their the nervous tics, and they start sweating as they know that what they're doing is wrong. Shocking a human being into death just because they got the wrong answer, just because an authority told you to, is wrong, but I'm going to do it anyway because the authority told me to do it. Just like the guy said, in the classroom with the goldfish, hey, nobody gets up. You get up, I fail you. You say anything, I fail you. Finally, somebody had the sense, they found their moral compass, and they're like, screw that. I'm not doing this. I don't care what it's going to cost me. I'm going to do what I believe is the right thing. Leave your thanks for being with me. Thank you for being with me all these years. Thank you for if you're new to the channel or whatever. By the way, if you are new to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know how long you've been with me. If you like this content, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a like, and share it with everybody you know. That's the best thing you can do for this channel. I really appreciate it. Especially leave comments, because it helps me overcome the algorithm by getting people involved and engaged. Also, if you want to support this channel, the links are in the description, including the link where you can get a hard-hitting conversation starting design from the store. You can put on any shirt, hoodie, mug, cell phone case, whatever you want. Guys, thanks for being with me. I will see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.
With all the crazy stated plans of the Great Reset, the currency reset, and even the food reset, it's not a matter of if the store shelves are going to clear and there's a lack of food. The question is when. You need to get long-term storable food. It doesn't matter if it's from me or you just go to the store and you buy food. Just grab dry, storable food while you can. If you want to get it from me, you're going to support the channel and you're going to help yourself out, because my link has a discount code embedded within it. You can check that out in the description below.